Hi, Year 4. So, let's find out what happens next. Beowulf, just to remind you, is asleep in an outbuilding, and all the Evergates are asleep in Hereward in the Great Hall. In the middle of the night, two servants with flaming torches roused Beowulf from his sleep, and they escorted him to Hrothgar's chamber. Asher, said the king. He shook his head, and his face creased, a grey grief map. Now, Asher. I'm here, Beowulf said. Asher is dead, my dear old friend, my battle companion. In the hall? Two monsters, just as some men have said. There are two monsters after all. Rulers of the moors, rangers of the fell country, Grendel and his mother. And it will never end. It will end, Beowulf said. She came to Heorot, said the king. She barged into the hall, mournful and ravenous. She snatched down Grendel's grasp from the gable, and she seized the nearest man, Asher, my friend. Vengeance, Beowulf said. She just tucked him under her arm, and she made off into the darkness. There is honour amongst monsters, as there is honour amongst men. Grendel's mother came to the hall to avenge the death of her son. Once again, Beowulf, help may be had from you alone. Do not grieve, Beowulf said. Her lair is away and over the misty moors, at the bottom of a lake. Better each man should avenge his dead, as Grendel's mother has done. Your days are numbered, and my days are numbered. Beowulf put a hand on the old king's arm. He who can should win fame before death. That is a warrior's best memorial in this world. I promise you, Hrothgar, that wherever she turns, honeycomb caves, mountain woods, I will hunt her down. As soon as night eased, Beowulf's stallion, one of Hrothgar's gifts, was saddled and bridled. He left Heorot at once, accompanied by the king, his own companions, and a large group of Danes. They followed the monster's tracks through the forest and over the hills. They headed into little-known country, wolf slopes, wind-swept headlands, perilous ways and across boggy moors. They waded through a freezing stream that plunged from beetling crags and rushed seething through a fissure, picked their way along string-thin paths, skirted small lakes where water demons lived, and at last they came to a dismal wood, stiff with hoarfrost, standing on the edge of a precipice. The lake lay beneath, the lair of Grendel and his gruesome mother. It was blood-stained and troubled. Whipped waves reared up and reached for the sky until the air was misty and heaven wept. Okay, so today you're doing some visualizing. You're picturing that long, long journey that they took on their stallions, their horses, over all of this different type of countryside, and you're going to draw it almost like a story map. So you could have just one page and you could almost do a winding path, road, where their journey is and all the different places that they journeyed through, drawing them all and labelling them all. So to help you do that, let's just look at this. So here's your title, Visualizing, Drawing and Labelling. So you've got to draw and label the journey they take like a map or a story map from top to bottom of the page with labels. Try to make the labels descriptive. just got a few pictures here though to show you, because some of those words, some of the vocabulary in that text I just read you was quite difficult. So here's a fissure, which is like a huge crack in the earth, almost like an earthquake has happened and you've got two bits of land sliding apart. Here's a precipice. You can see the man on the top, and it's just like, that's where they end up. That's actually the last bit where they end up over the lake where Grendel's mother's lair is, where she lives. And a precipice is a sort of bit of cliff almost jutting out like that, quite high up. Oh, sorry. Let me go down. I think there's some more pictures here to show you. Oh, I've got a dismal wood, which it described that they went through a dismal wood. Dismal means moody or gloomy, so dark, scary and eerie. It said that they went through a perilous, boggy moors. Moors are just like that sort of grassy wilderness, and it was boggy, so there's going to be lots of watery bits around. Beetling crag, it said, which is a bit like those great big rocks that are just sticking out over things. And then they said they went over wolf slopes, which I think probably just means they're slopes haunted by wolves that might be ready to attack. So further down here, I've put a list of the 8 different places. They actually listed more places, but I've done the 8 main ones. So I thought you could start off with number 1 through the forest and draw a little picture of the forest, and then a draw over the hills, wolf slopes, boggy moors, and so on. And you could label them, and you could add more labels to that as well, more descriptive words, more adjectives to make your labels a bit better. And you could even have some of your labels as expanded noun phrases, where you're using a couple of adjectives as well with the noun. I think that's all I've got to share with you today. Yeah, that goes on to tomorrow's lesson. Okay, so happy drawing. I hope you draw a lovely journey, and it looks really, really great. Have a good day. Bye-bye.